Alright, so first things first, we're going to start off with the deck list. If you know how Warrior works, part of the main skill that you have is you can, during your draw phase, send one Warrior monster from your deck to your graveyard. So that will help explain some of the deck list choices I have in here. So we're going to be running 3 copies of 80 Changer. I can banish this card and then target one monster on the field, change its battle position. The only time this would not be as useful is against the Acrobat class, which likes their monsters being flipped face down and face up. And even then, some of them need to be flip summoned. Then we've got 3 copies of Blue Flame Swordsman, which is a good way to boost your warriors if you're ever in a pinch. Its second effect doesn't really have anything we can do right now, because we don't have any really good Fire Warrior monsters at the moment. We have, as you can see, we've got a lot of Destiny heroes, so we're going to be running 3 copies of Destiny Hero Celestial, if you know how Celestial works. He's really mostly here to be either a beat stick or we send him to the graveyard so that he can be used later to draw 2 cards, which is the same reason Dasher is here, because we can just send it off from the skill. We can send this with the skill and then summon it back up, which is why we have it at 3 copies as well, and it's a level 6 monster, so that gives us another 100 attack points with our skill that goes on. We've got Dread Servant, which alongside Dread Master will help with our Clock Tower Prison. And Dread Master is obvious when Clock Tower Prison is destroyed, with 4 more spell counters, or not spell counters, clock counters on it. It is destroyed, and then we can summon Dread Master from anywhere. Hero Kid is really just here to be our level 2 monster for our Junk Warrior plays. Once again, you're going to hear this a lot. Send Hero Kid via the skill, and then revive it later with Junk Synchron, which we have right here, also at 3. And then if we move on, we have Necrogardna, which is a really good staple in the Warrior deck. Again, because you can send cards to the graveyard via the skill, which I have up right here. It's very easy to dump it into the graveyard. It's a great way to negate the next attack in a lower power format. And then here we have probably not the best combination, but I think that it works pretty decently in these lower ranked rounds. Warrior Lady of the Wasteland. When it is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, I can special summon a Earth Warrior monster from my deck with 1500 or less attack, which in this case is Obnoxious Celtic Guard, which when it cannot be destroyed by battle with monsters that has 1900 or more attack, which can honestly save you quite a bit of time. And then we move on to our legendary monster, Ensatsu, which I will go over the relic right now. You can banish 3 warrior-type monsters from my graveyard with different levels and special summon it. And if I do, I can destroy 1 monster on the field, and then if it wasn't a legendary monster, both players destroy all monsters in their decks with hand, field, and or deck, actually, with the same name in it. This is treated as a card effect, but usually you're going to be using this on the stuff that you either need to out now, or you want to make sure they don't draw into again. And then we're also going to be playing 3 Battle Guard Echoes, which can actually, it can actually search Ensatsu because it is a level 5 Earth Warrior, and then we dump a card which we use to fill the graveyard with more warriors. And then we've got 3 Clock Tower Prison, which it doesn't seem as good, but when we go over the skills in the skills portion, you'll understand why I'm playing this and Dreadmaster. Then we've got our treasure of the deck today because we pulled that during our shop phase in round 2. Pot of Greed. Very obvious. Draw 2 cards. This is a card that would still see play if it was unbanned in modern format. Then we've got 3 Reinforcement of the Army. I'm going to be honest, the only reason this isn't at 1 is because we don't have that many high power cards. And then we are running 3 of the Battle Guard Rage, just because in these earlier rounds, boosting your monster's attack and making big beat sticks can actually really swing. And combined with Battle Guard Echoes, you just when a card gets returned because of Rage, you just add another with from Echoes. And then in the extra deck, we only really have the Junk Warrior, which is mostly here to be a beat stick, but again, I can't say this enough. Earlier rounds, beat sticks are definitely a lot better. And with that, we are going to jump into the skill portion of this. Alright, so before we start our 3rd round of KDR, I will be going over my current status in the level department. So right now, I am sitting with 4 decks, and I have a total of 4 additional skills, with 1 treasure being Pot of Greed. So I have the Guard Guardian. While you control at least 2 Celtic Guard monsters and no non-Celtic Guard monsters, negate the first effects of Celtic Guard of Noble Arms. I have Unexpected Die. Once per duel, I can add 1 Unexpected Die from my deck to my hand, and this also adds Unexpected Die and Little D to my inventory. I have Doom Tribute. Once per duel, you contribute 1 face-up monster you control, and target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. Your opponent can activate skills and card effects in response to the skill's activation. And then we have You Can't Hide from Destiny. Once per turn, if you activate Clock Tower Prison, you can add 1 Destiny Hero monster from your deck to your hand. Each time a Destiny Hero monster is summoned, I place 1 clock counter on Clock Tower Prison. And if Clock Tower Prison has 4 or more clock counters on it during my turn, it is destroyed. And with all that, let's get right into round number 3. Alright, and here we are into round 3. Unfortunately, I did lose the footage for the actual duel, so we're going to be watching through the replay. Starting off with my opponent, who is currently on Wizard, going through their skills. This is their updated page as they finish their shop, but they had Sacrifice to the Cards, as well as the Straighten Priorities. I will link what those are. But as you can see, I start off standing off for my skill and send Necrogarda. Now you will notice, first off, I'm going to be misplaying the Necrogarda earlier, but I'm also going to be activating Battle Guard Echoes and forget to discard earlier. I do fix that later. It didn't end up mattering in this case, but here I am. I'm going to go and set... my opponent's going to make sure to get their con and everything, so they get 4 con. They're also going to be forgetting their battle protection a lot from con, but in the end it doesn't really end up mattering a lot. So here I'm going to set my Warrior Lady of the Wasteland. Gonna eat this up. They're going to use their skill to summon out Mystical Beast Cerberus from their spellbook. They're going to activate their quest, shuffle back their spellbook, and special summon Buku, which allows them to put a new spellbook. They're going to normal summon with Wizard, normal summon their normal Defender, Magical Knight, and they're going to activate Pot of Desires, which honestly is really good in this format. They're going to special summon the Ranriel, which allows then activate Arcane Barrier, activate Chart of Greed, activate Awaken Gather Your Mind, equip the Defender with Wand, so that I'm going to special summon off Obnoxious Celtic Guard with Warrior of the Wasteland effect, so do that. I am going to be activating Clock Tower Prison, which, is, as you can see, once per turn, I can, once per turn, if I activate it, I can add a Destiny Hero from my deck to my hand. You'll notice I also did forget to send for my skill once again. Unfortunately, I do that a lot, and it is not very good. I'm just going to pause right here. And then each time a Destiny Hero is summoned, I get to place a counter on the Clock Tower Prison. Okay, so going back into it, we're going to use the effect of Celestial, blow up the Arcane Barrier, which actually they messed up a bit here. They took 400 without taking the 500, but again, that doesn't end up mattering later. I'm going to pass the turn back to them. They're going to draw for turn. They're going to use their spellbook, tributing the Buku, to summon Fortunately the Earth from their spellbook. They're going to summon Magical Exemplar, and this is where I'm about to lose game one, unfortunately. You'll see a lot of this is very simple stuff. They use Exemplar effect to bring back Buku from the grave, which they use that to then Magical Blast me for 1k. Going through this, they get more spell counters on it. Medusa also there. They're going to use Medusa to, after sending Defender with the wand, to special summon. Sorry, my throat's a bit dry. Special summon Wonder Wand, or to send Wonder Wand, draw 2, send Defender, activate Medusa to special summon back the Defender, which actually should not have the spell counter on it, but that is besides the point. Unless something gave it. They're going to blow up the Obnoxious Celtic Guard. They're going to deal 4,000 damage with the Celestial, which you're going to see. This is where the misplay comes in. I banished this not in response to an attack. So what they do is they just kill me with, they attack with Buku, attack with Earth, and then go in for game with Magical Exemplar. Alright, and that's game, sighting in prog, finish all the sighting. Yeah. Go back to game 2. I'm gonna I go second this time. They're gonna banish for their skill again. I use Dex on their turn, allowing me to draw 1 card because I have 4 at the time. They're gonna finish all their turn, and we are gonna pause here to look at their end board here. They're gonna deal another 400. They're gonna pause. They're gonna set 2 cards down, which we now know are Jelly Cannon and a second Pot of Desires. They've got Magical Abductor on the field, which currently is sitting at a 1900. Defender's got its, so then we're going to move on back to playing. They're going to be viewing their spellbook again. Draw for turn. I get Ansatsu. I'm going to skill send a Destiny Hero Dasher to the graveyard, just so that I can use his effect later. I'm going to activate a reinforcement of the Arnie, I believe here, yep, add a Junk Synchron from deck to hand. Then I'm going to activate Battleguard Echo, sending the Hero Kid to the graveyard. After adding another Ansatsu, so I can normal summon Junk Synchron, go into Junk Warrior, 2600, try to run over the Defender, get it bounced back by the Jelly Cannon. I misclicked Hero Kid. A lot of stuff going on. They're gonna Gold Sark their Buku, which I'm actually gonna make sure. Yeah, their Buku again. Then they activate Desires. So this way, one of the problems with Desires is if you banish Buku face down, you basically can't ever get it back. It's a huge pain in the butt right now, but it is one of the reasons why Desires is a double-edged sword. And going back into play, fast forward again, they're going to summon Defender from their spellbook, going for the attacks. I can't do anything, so I take all that damage. 24, 17, 16, 16. Because of Dasher, summon Celestial. Celestial, first we're going to attack with Blue Flame Swordsman, dealing 500. I'm going to reduce Blue Flame Swordsman to Celestial effect to pop. They take 300. I think they're forgetting about Celestial dealing burn, but that is a thing. And that is game. Alright. We are good for this round, so that is the end of the game. Thank you, and please enjoy KDR.